Joe Arpaio, disgraced sheriff pardoned by Trump to run for Arizona Senate seat. The controversial sheriff who Donald Trump pardoned has announced he is running for the U.S. Senate to help make America great again. Former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who the Justice Department claims oversaw the worst pattern of racial profiling by a law enforcement agency in U.S. history, said he will run for the Senate in Arizona next year. "I am running for the U.S. Senate from the great state of Arizona, for one unwavering reason: to support the agenda and policies of President Donald Trump in his mission to make America great again," Mr. Arpaio tweeted on Tuesday. The announcement puts him in the middle of a crowded Republican primary race to replace current Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, a frequent critic of Mr. Trump. U.S. Representative Martha McSally and former state Senator Kelli Ward are both vying for the seat. Mr. Arpaio told the Washington Examiner that he planned to work hard and not take anything for granted in the race. "But I would not be doing this if I thought that I could not win," he added. "I am not here to get my name in the paper. I get that every day, anyway." Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez called the announcement sad and disturbing, and said his party would fight tooth and nail to prevent Mr. Arpaio from holding office. Mr. Arpaio was Mr. Trump's first pardon, and one of his first supporters. He was convicted of criminal contempt of court last year for defying an order to stop officers from detaining people based solely on suspicion of their immigration status. The former sheriff's strict stance on immigration helped catapult him to national fame and into the president's good graces. During his 6 terms in office, Mr. Arpaio led a department with a pervasive culture of discriminatory bias against Latinos, according to the Justice Department. Under Mr. Arpaio's tenure, Latino drivers were unfairly targeted for traffic stops, and Spanish-speaking prisoners were punished for failing to understand officers' orders in English. Inmates were occasionally forced to wear pink underwear and sleep in sweltering tent cities as punishment. Mr. Trump called the sheriff a great American patriot and claimed he had done a lot in the fight against illegal immigration, in an interview with Fox News in August. Was Sheriff Joe convicted for doing his job? He wondered at a campaign rally later that month. The president's decision to pardon Mr. Arpaio was condemned by many on the left and right, including Arizona's 2 Republican senators, Mr. Flake and John McCain. Mr. Arpaio dismissed the senator's comments on Tuesday, telling NBC News, "I don't have to talk to them." The 85-year-old also played off concerns about his age, saying he only planned to serve 1 term. "I'll gun anybody," he told NBC. "What has the age got to do with it?" Mr. Trump has yet to endorse in the race.